All right, fellas, what is up? What is up? Danny will be in here shortly. I am live solo for the meantime. We got a bunch of you guys in here quite early, throwing in your questions. Always appreciate that. Nicholas was the first one in here. What's going on? Hurst, MVS, Curtis Samuel, or Jermichael Hasty, full PPR. Yes, it's ugly. Yeah, not a great situation to be in, I would say. Given the point total in that Chiefs Bengals game, I'd probably grab the two players in that game, to be honest. I'd probably go Hurst and MVS, just given, the point total. You got a lot of chances at touchdowns there. Curtis Samuel was obviously much better earlier in the season, but he hasn't really done a whole lot lately. So I'd probably go with the first two options there, given the point total in that game. We got Andrew in here. I need to pick up Komet because Njoku's out, but who should I cut? Full PPR. Kyler Murray, obviously not. Traylon Burks, nope. Rashad White, nope. Garrett Wilson, nope. David Montgomery, nope. DeAndre Swift, nope. Christian Watson or Deshaun Watson. I mean, you got Kyler.
Just drop Njoku, no?
Huh?
I would rather just drop Njoku or Kyler, but yeah, like as much I like Njoku here.
You're gonna drop Kyler Murray?
No, but I'm saying, like, who else would you drop here other than Njoku? You're not dropping any of the flex. No. No, I can't. Not to mention Kyler Murray has a bye week this week.
Yeah.
So, like...
Yeah, you have to play Watson, I guess.
Just cut Njoku. Like, yeah, it sucks. Yeah, he's been awesome when on the field. But, like, if you don't have any, like, other options here to drop, then I mean that has to be the one.
If you're in a shallow league format and you're really deep at wide receiver, which it looks like you are, considering Burks, Garrett Wilson are on your bench, I would rather drop Christian Watson.
I don't want to drop Christian Watson at all.
No. I don't want to drop any of these players. I think they're all very solid options to have.
I mean, I'd rather hold Watson than Njoku, I'd say.
That's fair.
Is there any way, like, if you're in a really, really good standing, I low-key would be tempted to just eat the 0 at tight end this week?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like,
yeah, I'd rather just do that.
Like, if you're like 9-3 and you're like got a fast track to a bye already, and like the third place team only has like 7
maybe you're
wins,
playing
like,
a terrible team too.
Yeah. Like I don't even mind doing that.
I'd say if that's your biggest problem is who to cut because your team's too good, then you're probably in a good spot. Gordo says, who should I start for my flex option? DK Metcalf. They can stop there. DK Metcalf's the answer for me.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't see Kenneth Walker at the end.
I mean, DK is what, my wide receiver 13 this week, and
yeah, Walker's like my running back 12, I think, or running back 11.
I'd probably go with Walker.
I think I'd go Walker, given that Donald's probably going to be out.
Yeah,
is Donald officially out yet? It sounds like he was on IR or something like that, right?
Yeah, I believe he is.
Yeah, I'd probably go with Walker there, but I mean, you got a very good problem to have. Those are all fine options this week.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay. Start two, half PPR. Zay Jones, Donovan Knight, Drake London, Hurst, Gallup, Lenny. I think Bam Knight's probably the guy that's the highest out of these guys for me, most likely, right?
Yeah, I'd go with Bam. Also, Zay Jones, wasn't he questionable? Is he officially playing?
I think he's officially playing, yeah. Gotcha, so I'm in a bit of a predicament this week in my home league. So for those of you guys listening, don't do what I did, because even though generally speaking, I think I know how to handle my lineup decisions, I fucked up this week because I got too excited to watch somebody on Thursday night, which is often the case sometimes.
Who was it?
Going into the week, I was like, okay, so Judy and Debo are both question marks, right? And I was like, if I don't play either Isaiah McKenzie on Thursday night or Nico Collins today, then I'm going to be probably screwed at wide receiver. So my thought
Nico was the answer.
Huh?
Nico was the answer with Cooks out.
Yes, but so if Nico had played, or sorry, if Debo and Judy had been out, I would have had to play some shitter off of the waiver wire.
Which isn't that, to be fair, which isn't that much of a downgrade from Isaiah McKenzie.
Right. But I figured, it's a good offense. He should have some targets. He had 5 targets in the game.
I'm just pulling your leg,
Josh. I know. I'm annoyed that I didn't just wait, because now both Debo and Judy are playing. So not only do I not have to play Nico, I could have just played Debo and Judy.
Yeah.
So now I'm in a predicament where in my flex, are you going to sit Judy? Because he's coming into the game as a game time decision. My other options in my flex right now are Garrett Wilson and Traylon Burks. Do you
Yeah,
play Judy over either of those guys? Probably
no,
definitely not Wilson, but
not Traylon either. No shot.
I guess Deontay Johnson would probably be my actual flex option.
I would I would still be worried about both Judy and Debo personally. I would try to limit to. I mean, you're gonna play Debo over
I'm
Judy
gonna play
because the
Debo because
upside,
he's
but
playing. So
yeah, but yeah, no, I would be.
It sucks because I would have liked to just play the guys, like my guys, like Judy, Debo. My receiving core is Debo, Garrett Wilson, Jerry Judy, Deontay Johnson, Traylon Burks, and my 3 wide receiver spots and my 2 flexes. That's who I usually play on a weekly basis. But the fact that Debo and Judy were such question marks, I thought I had to play somebody. Worst case scenario too, I could have played Algier in my other flex spot, but
fair.
yeah.
Got a super chat.
I watched the situation nonetheless.
Got a super chat here from Aggie. Appreciate that. He says Diop on bye and Mike Williams not playing. Start Burks or MVS at wide receiver 2. This is easily Traylon Burks in my opinion. He's my wide receiver 24 this week.
You have him that high, eh?
Yes. I think the volume has shown the last few weeks. I think he has 20 targets across his last 3 games. We expect the Titans to have to throw the ball a little bit more against the quality.
Are we going head to head on our locks?
Yeah.
We are. So that transitions perfectly because I didn't actually see that you filled yours in. So this is funny because my lock of the week this week is the Philadelphia Eagles -4.5. Danny's lock of the week is the Tennessee Titans +4.5. So we are literally going head to head on our locks of the week. Danny is actually, what are you, 1-1 on the season so far?
1-1 in both of the first 2 categories, I believe.
Yeah, so you're 1-1 on your locks. You got the Cowboys 2 weeks ago, but you missed the Seahawks -4 last week. I missed the Chargers -3, even though they won the game by 1 point. And then I missed the Chiefs -5.5 2 weeks ago, even though they won the game by 3 points. So, I mean, had I locked up their money lines, I would have been even there. But we're going Eagles Titans here head to head. So we got some stuff riding on that game for sure.
For sure. I also flex B-Rob or Rashad White. I would go with Rashad White here. Though I do like B-Rob. I do like B-Rob. We actually have a head-to-head with him and Swift, but I would still go with Rashad White.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Got on the super chat here from Jer. Must win. Play safe with Gus or lock in with Perrine. I think you got to go with Samaje Perine here. I mean, it looks like that Joe Mixon is not playing, highly unlikely to suit up in their game against the Chiefs. And I mean, that's a perfect segue for me because tune it up. My underdog pick of the week.
Yeah, your underdog. Oh, your underdog pick of the week is the Bengals.
Yeah, I mean, my underdog pick of the week is the Cincinnati Bengals. Obviously playing at home against Kansas City Chiefs. 53 set over under. I think the Bengals offense, especially with Jamar Chase, is going to get that added boost. One of the best peaking teams in football in recent weeks. I just think they have the recipe, the blueprint to be able to take down KC yet again 2 years in a row.
Fair enough. I will get to my underdog when their stuff comes up in a second. Also, I could probably transition into my going nuts pick of the week, which I did hit last week. Exactly 20 PPR points for DK Metcalf last week. So I barely hit that. So that was definitely ideal. So the guy that you went with, I actually considered doing him as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Amal, half PPR, sit 2. Deontay, Najee, McLaurin, Olave. Wow.
Sit the Steelers. You're sitting the Steelers. Come on, Lewis.
I know, but it's like so enticing because they play the Falcons.
You're sitting the Steelers, Bush.
I'd be.
Come on, you're not.
Olave,
dude,
I'm playing. Olave is the one.
McLaurin is a top 15 wide receiver.
I know. Fine. It's just that game is such a low total, and I think the Steelers are going to put up points in this week. But
fair.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm thinking Deontay gets his first touchdown of the year this week.
Yeah, he could, but until then,
by the way, for somebody who hasn't scored a touchdown, his anytime touchdown odds are like way too high. They're like plus 190. I'm like, the guy literally hasn't scored this year.
Yeah. For those of you who weren't in the Start Sit live stream yesterday, we did with the patrons, but basically, funny stat I told with Bush, but Deontay Johnson has not scored over 11 PPR points since week 3. Hasn't scored over 11 since week 3.
Yikes.
Oh, man. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Got a super chat here from Mike. Appreciate that. He says 1 running back, 1 flex. Amari Cooper, Donovan Knight, Tony Paul, Rashad White, Jamal Williams starting, JT, Jefferson, Keenan in first place. Amari Cooper I actually have rated higher than Keenan Allen. So
yeah, he's definitely in your lineup. I think it's the Cowboy and the former Cowboy is what you're going with here.
I agree with
Pollard and Cooper is probably what I would be going with.
That's exactly my answer as well.
Yeah. Pollard versus Rashad White is pretty close for me though.
I have Pollard, I believe, at 15 and Rashad White at
I have him 17 and 18. Pollard at 17 and Rashad at 18, I think.
I have Pollard at 15 and Rashad at 18.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Sliding back up to Andrew. Lamar, Tua, or Watson, 6 point for
In a
passing.
6 point, I think I gotta go with Watson.
You go Watson over Tua?
Yeah.
I'd go Tua over both of these guys, I think.
Really?
We can mark that one down if you want.
Yeah, I'm down. I think we actually talked about doing it
I think we did. Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah.
I love Watson's. I feel like a guy that I've been low key like standing because he's been like my biggest dynasty buy for like 2 years. But
Yeah,
I just I don't know. It's a revenge game. He's probably going to be ready for this one. I want to see it before I start him over a guy like Tua, who's been like relatively a lock for like 2 to 3 passing touchdowns a game.
By the way, so my friend just tweeted out, Messi and Ronaldo stands spent the last decade debating who their GOAT was, only for Mbappe to run right past them in 10 years.
Hilarious. Also, is Ronaldo still playing in the World Cup?
Yeah, they made it. They're playing Switzerland.
I know. That's why I asked.
Yeah. So it would be Switzerland versus Portugal. The winner of that probably plays against Spain because I don't see Morocco beating Spain.
I don't know.
Morocco got first in the group. Morocco got first in the Canada group. It was Morocco, Croatia, Belgium, and Canada. Canada didn't get a single point.
Belgium and Croatia should have beaten Morocco theoretically, but
kudos to Morocco, man. They played really well. They got some quality players, like Ziyech and Mazraoui, Hakimi. Like they got some good players, but for those that know soccer,
on Switzerland,
fair.
I know like
Xhaka
and Shaqiri and
Sommer
and Sommer, the goalie, and the Dortmund goalies are back up too. I can't remember his name.
Berkey.
Yeah, and then we got we have like an Arsenal midfielder. I can't remember his name. Or is that Zaka?
That's Xhaka.
Yeah.
And you guys,
we have the one striker that's from Cameroon, right?
Embolo.
Yeah, he's like actually from Cameroon, but he played for Switzerland,
and he scored a goal against them.
Yeah. Who should I start if Josh Jacobs doesn't play? I think you're going to be fine. To be honest, I think Jacobs should be active. I wouldn't imagine him be out, but Mostert would be the answer. Yeah. Drop a like. Yes, definitely appreciate it. All right, Gordo. Upset predictions. He's always the transition for us. For our underdogs. You already gave yours. Here's the Bengals money line. This is the team I should have gone with fucking last week because I literally said they're going to win the game. I was like, the Jags are going to beat whoever they played last week. So I'm going Jags underdog pick of the week. They are I think they're barely an underdog. It's kind of cheating. They're like +1.5 or something against the Lions, but I don't know. I just think they're vastly the better team than the Lions with the way that Trevor Lawrence has been playing recently. So I'm going underdog pick of the week. Jacksonville Jaguars over the Detroit Lions. I have missed both my underdogs the last 2 weeks. The Falcons decided to troll me when they could have very easily won that game. So, and then the Jets were my underdog pick 2 weeks ago, and they got a punt return touchdown scored on them. So,
I almost picked the Jets today. I mean, it's actually an easy transition for me because a big reason why I would have picked the Jets as my underdog pick of the week, but I, ended up deciding not to win with the Bengals. I think this guy is going to go nuts, and that's going to be Garrett Wilson, wide receiver, obviously, of the New York Jets. Obviously, we know last week, 5 catches, 95 yards, 2 touchdowns, really ascending into that true alpha number 1 wide receiver. Him and Chris Olave just look like superstar caliber players in their rookie seasons. Obviously, we know with Minnesota, a little shaky on the back end in recent weeks. We expect the Jets offense with Mike White to be a little bit more improved from what they were showing, obviously, with Zach Wilson. I mean, not many receivers, period, earn targets at the rate that Garrett Wilson has since he's come into the NFL. So I do think this week, that level of matchup, that level of anticipated stake, obviously the Jets want to secure their playoff spot. They're going to rely upon Garrett Wilson to help them get it done.
Yeah, going nuts. Pick of the week for Danny, presented by Manscaped. I think they have some Christmas deals going right now, so make sure to check those out. If you guys are interested for your, dudes in your life, fathers, brothers, significant others, whatever. Gordo, my upset prediction. So he says Jets beat the Vikings, Titans beat the Eagles, which Danny kind of agrees with because he has the spread there, and then the Bears beat the Packers. That one would be a little spicy considering the Packers, I believe, are 8-2 against the Bears the last 10 games, and they're like 9-1 against the spread or something like that. So I actually have one of my parlays. I have the Packers -3.5, and I debated them as my lock of the week as well.
By the way, for those wondering in chat, as we know, going nuts pick. You guys let us know how many points that's worth between 1, 2, and 3. So depending on how spicy that was, if you think that, oh no, Garrett Wilson's locked to go off, you give it 1 point. 2 is like, oh, you know what, I can see it, but it's still out there. It's still a spicy pick. 2, and then 3 would be like, wow, that like came out of nowhere.
That's
like,
a gutty pick.
That's
I think I might transition on the fly because mine is a 3-pointer that I'm going to transition to. So I am going to transition right now just because we're already talking about it. Initially, I had Travis Etienne as my pick, and that was
a 1 or
like a 1 to
1-pointer.
2-pointer, depending on what you guys think. I'm going Deontay Johnson. I'm saying it. This is the week Deontay Johnson actually does something. He finally scores a touchdown. 20 plus PPR points is the threshold that I have to hit. So again, 1, 2, or 3 that Deontay Johnson hits 20 plus PPR points. Keep in mind, he hasn't hit 13 since week 3 and or 11 or whatever Danny said, and I don't think he's hit even remotely close to 20 all season. So I would imagine that should get me a 3-pointer if it happens. But
yeah, no, I agree. That's definitely 3 points for you if that hits.
All right, so we got King Marcelo says, "Sup, fellas? Need 3 wide receivers and 1 flex. Debo, not sure if he's playing. Godwin, Pickens, Peoples-Jones, Josh Palmer, Isaiah Pacheco, and a kicker." So the flex to me is Pacheco, because I want to get him in my lineup, and he's the only running back in this decision, so you'd have to go in your flex. Debo, I'm putting him in my lineup as long as he's out there. Godwin, same thing. He's going to be an integral piece of our offense against the Saints because Lattimore is maybe expected to play, and that means Evan's probably not going to have a big game.
I'm going Palmer over Debo.
You're going Palmer over Debo?
I'm worried about that health status. I don't know how many snaps he's going to play. He played basically half a game last week.
Really? So you'd have Debo down that low, eh?
Oh, no, I have Palmer in my top 24.
Wow. Okay. So I'd still have Debo in my top 24, and Palmer's just outside of that range. So Godwin is the lock of those guys.
Yes.
And then to me, I would go Debo and Pickens, but
I would go Palmer and
Debo
Pickens.
and Palmer, and then Pickens would be close by if you're really worried about.
I would go Palmer and Pickens, but I would probably still go with Debo because you could start 4 of these guys.
Really? So you wouldn't start Pacheco then?
No, I would go with the 3 receivers there plus Debo over Pacheco personally.
Really? Eh? I would definitely go Pacheco over those guys.
Yeah, that's fair. We can make a bet.
But yeah, that's an interesting decision for sure. The other one, DPJ is also interesting.
He's also been good. Yeah.
Well, Jameson Williams' return hurt ARSB.
No.
I can't tell if this is for memes or not because this was like the joke for like the entire offseason on fantasy Twitter is like Jameson Williams actually helps Amon-Ra because he's a deep threat and Amon-Ra works over the middle. I think that's true though. Like schematically, it makes sense. Like Jamo's a deep threat. He's going to stretch the field vertically, and Amon-Ra can eat over the middle. And I actually have in one of my parlays, I have Amon-Ra going over 90 plus receiving yards today because I think he's going to get absolutely peppered in this game against Jacksonville. So I don't think Jamo's going to really hurt Amon-Ra, at least not right now, if that were to be the case, because I think he's probably only going to play like 10 snaps this week.
By the way, dude, I think it's maybe just mental thing, but I always set my lineup and then every time have to like triple check it before kickoff.
Yeah, no, I agree. You go down to that and you can continue doing your lineup setting.
Got a super chat.
He's rebuilding in a dynasty. What's up?
Yeah, I'll take an early 2 here.
Yes, I would as well. If it's a type premium, does that change your mind?
Not really.
No. Yeah, I think an early 2 is probably give or take. I think because realistically, I don't exactly know if Michael Mayer will be there in the early 2nd, but if you were talking just straight tight end for tight end swap, you could realistically just say like you could still get Michael Mayer with that pick if you were not in a tight end premium. Let's say Michael Mayer goes like 16th overall in the NFL draft, is he an early 2nd round rookie pick, or does he go in the 1st?
1-2 turn, I would say. Probably around there.
I think that's probably
I would still take all the 4 wide receivers.
Like top 10 or so is if he's a 1st round pick and it's a tight end premium league.
Like I would take obviously the 2 quarterbacks specifically, at least 2 running backs.
I would take any other quarterback that gets 1st round draft capital too.
Yeah, Levis. I would also take, again, assuming that at least 2 running backs. If Tucker gets the capital, he's up there too. They would go above him. And then I personally would still take the 4 wide receivers. I know you don't like Boutte, but I would still go with Boutte. I'd still go with JSN. I would still go with Quentin Johnson. I would still go with.
It's not that I don't like Boutte. I just think he's the fantasy community's invention, whereas I don't think NFL teams will be as high on Boutte.
I think honestly, like he showed enough in his previous 2 years. I get it; it's a down year this year, but realistically, he's still been hurt.
He had a
Changing
pretty
quarterback.
like 8 to 10 game stretch at the end of his rookie season or his freshman season to the middle of his sophomore season before he got injured, where he did look really good. It's just
well, that's what I mean. Like in his sophomore season, I want to say he averaged over 100 yards per game.
Started the season with like 8 touchdowns in the first 5 games.
10 touchdowns in the first 6 games, I believe it was, which is like ludicrous.
Yeah,
so like
he definitely had he's kind of Pickensy, man. Like he's got like the Pickens appeal where he was really good at a young age in college, and then he kind of like tailed off. And that's again, as I mentioned last year when we were talking about these rookies, that's kind of a red flag when players fail to build on their things.
I still think he's gonna be a first round pick though, because after the top 3, like Josh Downs maybe. Other than that, like there are not a lot of deep wide receivers this year.
Yeah.
Like the second and third round this year
class is terrible, I'm pretty sure, for wide receivers. I think the free agent wide receiver class is awful, is it not?
Yeah, no.
Like there's like if teams need wide receiver, they're gonna reach on guys in the at the end of the first round or whatever. I don't know.
Agreed.
He strikes me as more of a day 2 wide receiver, but we'll have to wait and see. Even day 2 capital is good for him.
Got $2 super chat here from Yazur. Play Fields, Lamar, or Watson. I mean, Fields is ready to go. I do have him ranked the highest here. Yeah, it's a little bit of concern because of the injury that he's been playing with, but realistically, I mean, if he's set to go, if they're willing to put him out there in the fire this week, I'm willing to put him out there in my fantasy lineup.
Yep, exactly. We also got Alfredo says standard flex Kamara, CPAT, Zonovan Knight, or Deontay Johnson. Yeah, I'd probably go Kamara here, and he takes a bit of a hit in a standard format, but I think he's the best option of these guys here. We actually finished our startup finally.
Actually,
so we're starting to do like our max points for or whatever. I was able to pretty much, other than I didn't actually know this when I was drafting, but apparently this is like you get points for first downs too, or like 0.1 for first downs or something like that.
That's kind of high.
So like Patrick Mahomes' projection this week is 32 points. I kind of wish I didn't draft Patrick Mahomes because he might be just so good that I luck into like 104 or something like that, and I don't want that to happen. I want the 101. So
just trade him for a farm.
Just like, hey. The only problem though is like, yes, that's what Patrick Mahomes is worth, but very few teams will have the capital and the willingness to give up 5 first-round picks worth of value.
Now, would you do something along the lines of like Trey Lance and 3 1s and a 2? No.
If I like Mahomes is just he's a different animal. Like if you're gonna give me, you'd better give me like the only way I would move off of Mahomes, to be honest, is if you gave me like Watson and 2 1s. Like I need like a certified stud still and multiple for like and like a pick or 2.
So like your cutoff would be like a Dak, and then plus.
I would need Dak 2 1s and 2 2s to move off of Mahomes, probably. Like that's probably like the package. I mean, he's built different, man. In this type of format, too, 6 point per passing touchdown and 0.1 for first downs. Like he's the best quarterback in the NFL, and it's not.
No, I agree.
Really close. So
I mean, you could still argue Josh Allen. No,
I think he should have gone 101 in this format.
Really, over Josh?
In a 6 point per passing touchdown with 0.1 for first downs, I think you could make the argument that Mahomes would be the first pick.
Now the question is first downs only passing first downs? Because rushing first downs would be Allen.
Downs.
Oh, so there's no rushing
for quarterbacks. It's passing first downs, I think.
Oh,
actually, I might be wrong about that. That might be all first downs.
Yeah, because if it's all first downs, I mean, like Josh Allen rushes.
Running backs get it too. So
it's like Josh Allen rushes for like 3 or 4 first downs on his own every game.
Yeah, like AJ Dillon has a 15-point projection in this league.
Speaking of, I have to start AJ Dillon this week, and I have him in right now over Debo, but I don't know if that's fucking.
I have to start him this week too because Foreman's on bye in my home league.
Would you go with Debo over Dillon?
No, I would start Debo.
You would? Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, Alfredo says Steelers or 49ers defenses. So we got Pittsburgh against Atlanta. Barely. I think they're barely favored in that game. And then the 49ers are a couple point favorites, I think, against the Dolphins. But it's the Dolphins, man. I don't want to mess with them. I think I'd go with the Steelers.
I think the 49ers are good enough defense to.
I don't. I took the over in that game in my parlay.
Fair.
I think that game will be. It's like the over-under in that game is like 45.5. I was like, I think it's going higher than that.
We do have another super chat here from Cameron. He says PPR 2 of Watson, Pirine, and Rashad White. Assuming this is Christian Watson, I would go with probably
going the 2 running backs, to be honest.
Oh, I would go with Christian Watson over, like, he would be my number 1 here.
Pirine would be my number 1.
I like Christian Watson a lot,
Yeah,
especially against
I'll do that bet
Chicago.
if you want to do that.
Watson versus Pirine,
Yeah,
full PPR. Okay, I'll do that.
yeah,
I'd probably go Watson and Pirine though.
that's fair. I think you could like Fournette's gonna play. So
Yeah.
if you're worried about Rachaad White losing touches, then Watson and Pirine would be where I'd go as well.
Yep. Another super chat here. Bam Knight or Gus Edwards is pretty easily Bam Knight for me.
Yeah, and then in the second part of the question,
Garrett Wilson.
I'd go Pirine again.
I'd go Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I think with Pirine, we saw what he got when Mixon was out the first time. You got a 53-point over/under game. Like I'm just not gonna mess with it. The process is just too sound there.
Yeah, fair. I do question.
Like I would start. I have Pirine over Dalvin Cook and Alvin Kamara this week. Like I think he's a top 13.
Where do I have him ranked? Samaje Pirine, I had at 19, but he'd realistically be around 16 for me.
Yeah, like I had Mixon at 9 before he was ruled out.
Same.
Yeah.
The only question I have is obviously with Pirine, he's been a little bit inefficient on the ground. Has gotten a lot of receiving work. How does that dynamic? No, I know, but how does that exactly change with Jamar Chase coming back? That's a little bit what my concern is.
I think Chase just helps the offense, helps the point.
I agree. No, I agree. And it probably gives him more touchdown opportunity, but at the same time, it's like we know Joe Burrow, when his weapons are fully healthy, will spread the ball out, will give it to the receivers. And that's the only little concern I have. Again, I still think he's a fine play, top 15-ish type of play, but I mean, Garrett Wilson, I think, is legitimately going to have 10 plus targets.
Wide receivers. Garrett Wilson's a great play too.
There's a reason why he's my going nuts pick.
Yeah.
Got another super chat here from Lewis. Standard flex position, Jeff Wilson or Olave, one quarterback league, Justin Fields or Deshaun Watson. So first one, I would go with Chris Olave over Jeff Wilson.
Yeah, especially he said standard. So I mean, your better touchdown potential is probably Jeff Wilson, but I think Olave will probably be just fine. The type of receiver that Olave is typically the type of receiver that we allow. He could have had a monster game the first time we played against them. Jameis missed him for like so many deep shots back in week 2. Olave could have had 200 yards that game.
By the way, Bush, you know what I'm actually going to do for this? So I have Raheem Mostert as a pivot in that game, the Debo game, right? So because there's still a little bit of worry about Debo, like, he's a full game time decision apparently. Mm-hmm. I'm going to play AJ Dillon, and if Debo gets fully, ready to roll, I'll just sub him in for Raheem Mostert.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Raheem Mostert? Are you playing him over Rachaad White or CPAT?
No.
This week, because that's who I got in the listener league.
No.
I don't play you, do I? Oh no, I play AJ.
He's like in my RB 35-ish range.
Yeah, also, I have him. I think I put him at 32. I have him like one spot ahead of Zeke. I think is where I have him.
Yeah, no, I would play Zeke over him though. Also, shout out, Michigan officially announced to play TCU in the college football semifinal.
So does that mean are they the 2 and 3?
Michigan will play TCU. Georgia will play Ohio State.
Ohio State's the 4 seed, eh?
Yeah, because USC got blown out. They choked.
I can't believe that. I can't believe they did that.
Dude, I was so devastated when I saw that.
Big 12 championship?
Huh?
Did Texas even make the Big 12 championship?
No, it was TCU versus Kansas State.
Right. Yeah, because Kansas State beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brutal.
We got another super chat here. Full PPR, 1 running back, 1 flex. Kamara, Swift, Pickens, Zay Jones, and Latavius Murray. I mean, I would go with Kamara and Pickens, but I know you would take Swift over Pickens, so we can do Kamara, Swift.
Yeah, I'd be going Swift, Kamara. Yeah, that's where I'm going with that.
Yeah, that's
decision.
fine.
But Pickens is a great play as well, given the matchup. Are we good on supers?
Yeah, yep, you have where we left off.
Dak or Brady? Gordo says.
Not close.
There, not really close. Pirine or Pittman in the flex PPR. I'm taking Pirine there, Austin. Pittman's a fine play, I guess, but it's a tougher matchup, so I'll take Pirine. Swift or Pirine? I will take Pirine there, JH.
Yep.
How do you rank PPR? Pittman, Juju, Jamal Williams, George Pickens, DeAndre Swift, Miles Sanders. Sanders, Jamal Williams, and DeAndre Swift are quite literally back to back in my rankings.
I would have it Williams, Sanders, Swift in that order. And it's pretty comfortable. I'd have Williams over Swift.
I have Swift, Sanders, Williams is the way I have them ranked.
Oh, you have Swift over Williams?
I do.
Come on, brother. We've done this before.
You got the touches. You get the targets.
We're doing this bet then.
We're doing Swift Williams again.
I'll just keep feeding off you.
Yeah. I don't even think you beat me last time, did you?
Yeah, I did. I've beaten you every time we've taken this bet.
Yeah, because Williams had fucking 3 touchdowns or whatever.
Dude.
I don't know. This is a change into the guard, man. I'm telling you, this is the Swift game. I'm just fucking completely a lunatic about it. But would you play any of these receivers over those running backs that we just talked about?
Yeah, I would play. I would play Pittman and Juju over Swift.
Yeah, I think I would play Pittman and Juju over all of them.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and then I think Pickens would slide right behind those running backs, though. So I would say the way I would rank these guys would be Pittman, Juju, Swift, Sanders, Williams, Pickens is the way I would rank them. And I think Danny would have Swift and Williams swapped probably.
Yeah,
Would you play Sanders over Swift?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Sanders.
I would play Williams over Sanders, but
Sanders over Williams, but not over Swift.
I would play Williams over Sanders, but Sanders over Swift.
Okay. So yeah, we would just have those guys swapped. I believe Alfredo just supered. I don't know if we got to that.
I didn't even see that. Appreciate it. Alfredo 499. He says standard running back 1, Barkley running back 2, Gus or Zonovan Knight, Pat, flex, Kamara. So I personally would go, assuming you're playing 3 running backs here, I would go with Barkley, I'd go with Kamara, and then I'd go with Zonovan Knight.
Yeah, and I think he says Gus, Zonovan Knight, or is it Gus, Zonovan Knight, or CPAT? Because I would play CPAT over both of those guys.
No, I would play Zonovan Knight over CPAT.
Oh, I will gladly make that bet.
I'll make that bet. Michael Carter's doubtful. He's not going to play.
I don't care. I think J-Rob and Ty Johnson are going to get run. CPAT's getting his usual workload again.
Yeah, I'll take that bet any day.
All right. We got a lot of Swift bets so far, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want to bet against Bam, dude. Why are you picking my guys to bet against me with?
Well, I don't know why you're betting against Bam.
I'm not. I just think they're going to use a committee, and CPAT is clearly the starter in his offense now.
Yeah, I don't know. Is James Robinson even active?
Yeah, he will be.
Oh, okay.
They are, and Salah said that they're going to use a 3-way timeshare, and I believe him.
I'm fine with that.
I think Knight's the best player, and he's probably going to get like 50% of the snaps, but I think CPAT's just going to get way more work than that.
I'm fine with it. You got where we left off.
Yeah. P. Ryan or Pittman in the flex PPR, or no, I already answered that. Okay. Flex ETN or Godwin. Give me Travis ETN, man. Yeah. I'm not. A couple people expressed some trepidation with Travis ETN. I'm not really worried. Like, he was literally almost my going nuts pick of the week. So he is. Do we get a tally, by the way, on point totals? Can you check that out? See what we got for Garrett Wilson and for Deontay Johnson on the going.
Nobody said any numbers.
Nobody said any numbers. Okay, no. So our going nuts picks of the week were Garrett Wilson for Danny and Deontay Johnson. Are those worth 1 point?
Deontay got 1-3. That's what I've seen. Other than that, we didn't get any. So Garrett Wilson for me, Deontay Johnson for Corey. Rate those from 1, 2, or 3. That depends on obviously how many points we get out of them. So if you think it's a spicy pick, you go with 3. Like,
they have to get 20 PPR points too. So how spicy is it to say prediction that Deontay Johnson gets 20 PPR points? P.S. It hasn't come close to happening yet.
Henry leaves Garrett Wilson with a 2. That's about what I was thinking as well. So
I think it should be there. Probably how I would
2 and 3.
Them. Yeah.
Fig said both 2. Henry says Deontay 3.
Okay. Keep going. We'll let you guys keep going on those.
I'll catch up.
Bailey says full PPR tight end premium: Hurst, Ingram, Brian Robinson, Mostert, Corey Davis, David Bell, Austin Hooper. So give me access to the point total. Give me Hurst. I want Hurst in there.
Okay, Mostert and Hurst.
Yeah.
Oh no. Wait. Brian Robinson is in there.
Oh,
I want Brian Robinson and Mostert personally.
Dude, a tight end premium with that point total, I might take Hurst there over Brian Robinson and Mostert. I think he'd be my first option.
Well, then Brian Robinson's easily over Mostert.
Yeah, I would take Brian Robinson over Mostert as well. I think I'd go Hurst, Brian Robinson, but Mostert would be really close by there. I just think given the injury and the tough matchup against the Niners, I guess it's a revenge game, so maybe he's excited about that, but who knows?
Yeah.
Komet or Conklin PPR. With Fields playing, I'll go Komet there.
Yep, I agree.
Half PPR, my bad. Yeah, no worries. ETN startable.
Absolutely.
Yes, quite very literally my top 7 running back for me. Hello, guys. What's up, Leonardo? Rashad White or Jeff Wilson? I think I have Rashad White just a tad higher than Jeff Wilson this week.
Yeah, I have White higher, and I would go with Olave over Burks.
Olave over Burks. Yes, that is where I'd be going as well. PPR, B-Rob or Swift. I mean, I think this is what prompted us to make the bet, was our gravy on Thursday night, but I would go Swift. He would go B-Rob. half PPR, Pickens, DPJ, or Latavius Murray.
Pickens.
I think Pickens is probably the guy I'd be going with here.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah. How high do you have Latavius Murray? Just out of curiosity.
Latavius Murray is like a fringe top 25 to 30 level running back for me.
Yeah, I think I have him. I have him at 30. That's where I have him.
Yep.
Yeah, like I have AJ Dillon and Brian Robinson, Najee Harris, Isaiah Pacheco, and Donovan Knight higher than him, and Singletary who played on Thursday.
Fair. Let's spam these out.
Yeah, Moose, Palmer, or Knight, tight end premium Frymuth.
Palmer.
And a tight end premium, I'm taking Frymuth.
Palmer.
We're doing it.
They're playing the Raiders, brother. Again, what's the what's the tight end premium? Half point?
I would assume so, yeah.
Leo, let us know if that's a half or full point tight end premium, because that does change a little bit. If it's a full point tight end premium, then I mean, like, I'm not doing that bet, but it's a half. I'll take the half point.
Yeah, that's fair.
A full point's ridiculous.
I think that's pretty close. Palmer's a great play this week.
Oh, I agree, but a 2x tight end premium, like, there's...
the way I look at it is they're basically getting similar volume. Like, even though Frymuth is a tight end, like, they're getting similar volume.
And a 1.5, sure, and a 2x, like, all he needs is 5 targets, and he instantly outproduces Palmer's target output.
Yeah. DPJ with Watson back, Kyron versus Seattle, or Nico Collins is the wide receiver 1 with Cooks. I'd probably go with Nico Collins here. Yeah. These options.
I like Nico Collins. I had DPJ higher in my wide receiver start Civ video, and I think he's currently higher in my rankings. But, I mean, when I'm evaluating it, that was still under the assumption that Cooks may play. With Cooks out, I mean, I think Nico Collins is a pretty set top 35-ish level wide receiver.
Yeah, would you rather start him or Zay Jones?
Oh, easily him, Nico.
Easily.
Well, I got a fun fact for you. Guess how many targets in the last 3 games Nico Collins has?
Yeah, it feels like he gets like 10 targets a game.
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like he had like no production going into the like 4th quarter of the Dolphins game, and then the final drive they peppered him like 7 times.
He has 26 targets in the last 3 games.
Yeah, man, he's been pretty solid targets wise.
By the way, Leo said it's a half point tight end premium, so game on. So 1.5x.
Yeah, that's what I figured it was. It's 1.5 points for tight ends, full point for wide receivers. Rashad White, DeAndre Swift, B-Rob, full PPR. I'm going Rashad White.
You're sitting Swift.
First guy here, and then Swift would be my second.
You're sitting
B-Rob.
Swift.
Yeah, I'm not sitting Swift in a full PPR.
Drew, I'm starting B-Rob over Swift. Corey starting Swift over B-Rob.
PPR, you are stunned.
Nah.
Yeah.
If Swift can get over 10 opportunities this week, I'll be happy.
I think this is the week we see like a 60% Swift.
I hope so. You know what?
I hope so too.
And I love the player, so me hating on him is more so just trying to motivate him to be back to where he was, because he's been atrocious in recent weeks.
Maybe I should put him in my flex spot to set the tone.
Yeah, let him learn.
Full PPR, Knight, Patterson, Slayton, Burks need a running back. So for me, Patterson would be the running back.
I'd go Burks and Knight.
Yeah. You'd go Knight over Patterson too?
I thought we just made that bet.
Did we not? We did. We did make that bet. You're correct. So for me, it would be Patterson and Burks.
I would go with Knight and Burks.
Yeah, fair enough. We have a lot of disagreement today. Also, Tannehill, Russ, or Heineke.
I think I have Tannehill highest, but I don't like it.
Yeah, Tannehill's probably the guy I'm going with. He's just the best quarterback of these guys. The other 2 quarterbacks just suck.
Yeah, agreed. We got a super chat here from Hector. Appreciate that. Good morning, guys. Pick one to flex: Murray, Mostert, or McKinnon. I believe I would have Latavius Murray the highest, so I would go with Latavius. I don't mind Mostert, but
Debo in our listener dynasty league.
But by the way, you know what I just noticed too?
What's that?
Both Mostert and Jeff Wilson in their revenge game.
Yeah, that's not bad. What are your thoughts on this? I don't have a pivot for Debo. Oh no, I do have a pivot for Debo. Okay, so I have 2 pivots. Here would be my 2 pivots. Which one would you go with if, let's say, Debo is out? Gerald Everett, or Leonard Fournette?
Who's your tight end right now?
Andrews.
Oh, what league is this? Your home league?
Listener league.
Listener dynasty league. I'd probably go with Everett.
Yeah, it's probably where I'm
Game
at
environment,
too.
Yeah.
Fournette just fucking stinks. I don't know.
Kind of smells.
Yeah, it kind of stinks.
I don't think he showered in a while.
Yeah. I didn't actually answer this question. If
I went with Latavius
Murray, probably just given the workload.
Yeah, agreed.
But it is very possible that Boone just works himself in like half the time.
Let's smash these comments. I want to get to as many as possible today. If we can leave off at like 12:30, 12:45, then we're chilling.
Yeah, that'd be ideal. Okay, so we're at 11:57 right now, so we're kind of trolling. Terrible matchups for me this week. Sheesh. Lamar, Denver, Saquon, Commies, Lamb, Colts. Yeah, that dude. I
Thoughts and
hate
prayers,
it.
brother.
Sucks, especially if you're trying to like get a win to get a bye or like get into the
But
playoffs and you have like terrible matchups. It's the worst.
by the way, I wouldn't be as worried about the matchup when it comes to Lamb because they're 10.5-point home favorites, and
I
they've
also
been
wouldn't be. I honestly
aggressive.
wouldn't be worried about JJ versus Sauce either. They're gonna
Yeah, I
find a
would
way to
agree
get him
too.
off.
Those are my wide receivers 4 and 5 this week. So
And also Saquon just gets too much work to be
Yeah.
matchup dependent.
and he usually smokes the commies pack as well.
Yeah, and he had like his worst game of the season against the Detroit Lions. Like sometimes Saquon's just a little unpredictable. Should I start Pollard or Wilson? I would go. I'd probably
Pollard.
go Tony slightly there.
Tony P, baby.
Tough decision for me in my flex. Pacheco, Burks, or wait until Monday to start either of Rashad White or
Burks.
Mike Evans, depending on if
Oh.
Fournette. So Mike Evans is the
Wait,
guy
they
that
should
I'm
both
going
be in your lineup regardless.
Are you worried about like Lattimore? Is that why you don't want to start Evans?
You're starting Evans. Come on.
Yeah, I'm starting Evans, even if Lattimore plays, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah,
Pacheco's a great option, so is Burks, but I'd start the 2 Buccaneers.
Yeah, I would too.
And if you can only start one, which is by the sounds of it, I would just
Evans.
go into the game, start Mike Evans, and then if you're that worried about Lattimore, then you could start Rashad White, I suppose.
Another super chat here from our gravy. Have CPAT 2 boys. Pick 2 PPR, Swift, CPAT, or Brian Robinson. I would rank them Brian Robinson, CPAT, and Swift, and I think you might have them the exact inverse.
Yeah, I would have them CPAT, Swift, B-Rob.
Oh, okay. So you have CPAT over Swift. So CPAT's a common denominator, and then our bet is Swift versus B-Rob. I would go with B-Rob.
Too low
You go
on
with Swift.
CPAT, by the way.
No, I'm not.
He's an RB2 this week for me. And in my tiers in the video, I put him in the RB2s.
I think he's like an RB2-3 for me.
He's like my RB18 or 19 or something.
Cordell Patterson's my RB26 this week.
Yeah, he's my RB18.
Okay, so you just love him.
He's just big. He's a great guy.
I mean, Tyler Allshear's been good too. Don't sleep.
He's been good. But CPAT gets the pristine usage. Let's go. Should be a good day. Let's go. Pick 2: Bam Knight, Devontae Smith, Deontay Johnson, Drake London, and Zeke. I'd be going with the
Bam and
Deontay and Devontae is who I'd be going with.
I'd go Bam and Devontae.
I'm not ready to do this with Bam yet. I mean, not over Deontay and Devontae with both.
Why are you acting like Deontay is such a tough sit decision?
He gets like 10 targets a game, and he finally.
What does he do with them?
Dude, you want me to read his last fucking 5 games, the teams that he's played against?
It doesn't matter if the guy doesn't score over 11 PPR points.
Dude, so the guy's played against the Bengals, the Colts, the Saints, the Eagles, the Dolphins, the Buccaneers, the Bills, and the Jets. The last 8 games. That's like 2 half decent matchups of like the last 6.
He's just been kind of manure, man. There's no other way around it.
Yeah, I mean, he's also only had 3 games this year with less than 8 targets.
No, I go Bam.
Yeah, no, I can't do it. I got to go Deontay and Devontae there, AJ.
I mean, you're going nuts pick, so you have to back him. But I would go with Bam and Devontae.
Going nuts this week. I'm calling it.
Yeah, sure. Wait, we got a super chat here from our Derbez. He says Godwin or Garrett Wilson. I would go with Chris Godwin, though. I do have Garrett Wilson relatively high, wide receiver 18 this week, but Chris Godwin's inside my top 12.
Yeah, I'm going Godwin there as well.
Does he always cook against the Saints too? He's like your only offensive weapon that does anything versus the Saints ever.
When he doesn't play against the Saints, we always get destroyed. Like if you look at like our splits versus the Saints, it's like we lose like 38-3 when Godwin's not playing.
Oh yeah, where we left off. Let's smash these.
No worries. I'm putting my money where my mouth is on Deontay Johnson. I'm going to see
placing a bet.
Mine is. I might just like go straight on his alt receiving line.
So when are you placing the bet on Michigan for the Natty?
I placed a bet on USC for the Natty 2 weeks ago.
Oh God! I remember when you did it. I told you, I'm like, bro, I don't think that's a good idea. You're like, the odds.
I didn't think they would lose to fucking Utah. I thought, okay, they're going to be in the playoff. That's like decent odds, right? Like it was plus like 1,800 for them. Just be like, I was like, they're going to be in the playoff. They have, at least a semi-decent chance.
Side note, what if Ohio State beats Georgia and we have Michigan, Ohio State in the Natty?
That'd be pretty cool. That will never happen. But unless JSN and Henderson are playing, they have absolutely zero chance against that defense.
Georgia's probably going to smush them. I do think
Michigan tries to make it back for that game. I think it'd probably be possible that he tries.
He should, but I do think that Michigan, the way they're built, can at least have a puncher's chance against Georgia. I think Georgia's going to win, but like that would be the only team that I think is at least like maybe a touchdown game. Because I think every other game,
college football season was a complete formality for Georgia to win the national championship again.
I think Michigan has a chance, man. They got a passing game that they didn't last year. Like, yeah, Georgia smoked them last year. But did you watch JJ McCarthy yesterday?
No.
The guy was unreal. Like the last 2 weeks versus Ohio State and versus
Who's your best
Purdue,
receiver? Like Ronnie Bell,
Cornelius Johnson, Andrell Anthony, Ronnie Bell, Roman Wilson. Just solid group of guys, but like
they
not
smell.
like
They smell.
you don't have a Marvin Harrison. Yeah, no, I get that, but
they smell.
I mean, Ronnie was good yesterday. Roman had a couple nice catches. Donovan Edwards, by the way, has not. Okay, this is gonna sound so funny because he was our best receiving back all season. He's been playing with a literal cast on his right hand, like a little like club. I'm not sure if you've noticed it. So we can't use him out.
A club nick on his left hand,
huh?
A club nick?
Don't kill me. So basically, we can't feed him out of the backfield because he has this big club on his hand, right? So he's just been toting the rock. But as soon as that club comes off his hand, I mean, he's going to be a threat out of the backfield. He's a really good receiving back. But let's spam out these questions.
Did Corum get shut down?
Yeah, he's out for the year. He's getting surgery.
Yeah, I'm debating who else I want to put in this. I want to do a twofer. So I got Deontay Johnson 70+ receiving yards, but I don't know
who else is
going nuts this week. Like I have Garrett Wilson already in one, so I can't put him.
Yeah. Let's spam these out. My bad. Yeah. I kind of went on a little Michigan tangent.
Yeah, we go on tangents here. That's what we do. Happy BR choose two. Najee, Kamara, Rashad White. Give me Rashad White and a Kamara there, Miguel.
Yeah, I agree.
Which two play? RB2 and flex. Zeke, Pollard, Jamal. I'm going Pollard and
yeah, Pollard and Jamal.
Pick one.
Because if you play one thing, if you play both Cowboys, you're just limiting your own upside.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree.
Half PPR, Evans, ETN, White, or Zay Jones. I would go Travis Etienne very easily here.
I think I might throw Terrence McLaurin in this bet because I think he just could go stupid.
I agree. He's been really good recently. Let's smash these.
Yeah. FSE, what's up, boys? What's going on? High upside, low
Debo.
risk. Hope you're doing well. Banged up Debo. Yeah, I'm going Debo still. We'll be hoping from big games from Christian. I could throw Christian Watson into the bet actually too. He might be not a bad one to throw in yardage wise. Watson, Garrett Wilson, Treylon, and London. Yeah, hopefully for big games out of those guys as well, but not really because I have a bunch of combinations of those guys on tanking dynasty teams. Are we starting ETN over DPJ, Pierce, or Jeff Wilson? Yeah, you're starting him over all those guys. But I think Pierce is a guy that I want to get in my lineup if I can, because it's a great matchup for him. Not a lineup question, but should I trade CMC? You still have trades available? And Jamal Williams for Austin Eckler? No, I'd probably just hold CMC and Jamal there. I think if you wanted to take Eckler over CMC straight up, I wouldn't blame you, but I wouldn't want to be willing to give up anything on top of CMC.
Yeah. No, I would not give up CMC.
Oh, dude, please give me a David Bell. I need to redeem my draft. Because so far, I would say most of the things that have happened with the rookie class have generally speaking been on par with what I believed heading in throughout the dynasty process, watching all the tape. The only one so far that's been just an utter miss has been David Bell. Has just not really looked that good.
Yeah, no.
I thought to be honest, I thought, kind of like the Wan'Dale Robinson kind of production that we got from him before he went out was like what we would get out of David Bell.
Yep. Let's get through these. Let's go.
I got a couple.
Bam over Gus.
Yeah, Bam over Gus. Fields over Lamar.
Yep.
P-Ryan over Garrett for me.
Garrett over P-Ryan for me.
Garrett's interesting there too.
Yeah.
Knight or Pacheco? I would go Pacheco over
Knight.
You are all in, man.
Yeah. I mean, he's my RB21.
Yeah, Pacheco's my RB25, but Zonovan's my RB26. So, or sorry, 24, but Singletary's between them.
Full PPR, pick one as Zay Jones, Sutton, or Palmer. This is Palmer very easily for me. Also, what tight end should I pick between Cole Kmet and Foster Moreau? I would probably go with the two players playing in that Las Vegas Chargers game.
So you're going with the two? You're going
Moreau and Palmer.
Moreau? Yeah, that's fair. I think with Fields back, I'd probably go Kmet over Moreau.
I don't mind that. I just like the game environment better.
Yeah, the game environment's definitely better there. Start Mixon, Fournette, or Elijah Moore in the flex. Well, Mixon's not going to play, so
yeah.
Questionable Lenny. I don't know. Probably, do you get Gutty here and you throw Elijah Moore in?
I think I'm going to get Gutty here.
Dude, Elijah Moore's sleeper projection, by the way, is 3 points. Come on now.
He could get that in one catch.
I want to go on sleeper and read off some names on the waiver wire that have more projection than that.
Marquez Valdes-Scantling.
Oh, dude, I bet it's way worse than that. Let me literally look right now. Let me go players. Let's go wide receivers, and let's see what their projections are.
Richie James.
Chris Moore has 2 points more on his projection.
Dude, Denzel Mims has more.
Chris Moore's projection 7 points, and Elijah Moore's is 3.5.
Hey, Steven Sims has more.
Like, dude, what are we doing here?
Fucking
Elijah Moore's not a great option this week, but he's like a top 50 receiver.
Trent Sherfield and Dante Pettis have more. Byron Pringle has more. Economius St. Brown has
more. The guy
more.
who does the projections at Sleeper definitely reached on Elijah Moore during his draft and is just mad.
Let's spam these.
Yeah. Take a drink every time Danny says that. So, by the way, Burks wide receiver 2 and Rashad White if Fournette doesn't play.
Yep.
I don't know what. I think he's saying Rashad's already in his lineup. Maybe.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll just keep going.
Would y'all be willing to trade Geno for Ayuk? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Superflex.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah, I'd probably be willing to do that, assuming you're good at quarterback there.
Yeah.
Full PPR, Kyron Williams, Zonovan Knight, or Nico Collins. I'm going Zonovan Knight there.
Yep.
Najee or Palmer in full PPR. I'd probably go Palmer there, but I actually don't hate Najee this week against the Falcons.
He's a fringe top 20 level running back for me.
Yeah, I don't actually even have him that high. I have him like 27, I think. 26 behind Pacheco. Or no, 27. Yeah, 27 behind Zonovan Knight. Pollard, Swift, Pacheco, Rashad White, Jeff Wilson start 2. I would go Pollard and Swift, I would imagine. Or sorry, no, I would go Pollard and Rashad White. Pollard and Rashad White would be the guys that I would go with. I think you would have the same there.
Pollard and White, yeah.
Full PPR, need to, wide receiver and a flex.
First
Garrett
2.
Wilson, ETN, Mike Evans, Juju,
First
and
2.
Devontae Smith. Yeah, give me Garrett Wilson and ETN there.
Yep. Evans, ETN, White, Pacheco, or Zay Jones. I'm going ETN easily here, Daniel.
Yep.
Got a quick super chat here from Henry. He says Jamal Williams, P. Ryan, Garrett Wilson, pick 2 PPR. I like Jamal Williams this week, but you're sitting him for those other 2.
Agreed. Yes, I'm going in the same direction there.
Left off.
Geno for Rashad White in the same league.
No.
I would much rather have Rashad White than Ayuk.
You would?
Yeah, I would.
In Dynasty?
No, I believe this is in relation to the 10-team Superflex Geno Smith versus. Was this
I assume this was a Dynasty question, 10-team Superflex.
Yeah, I guess if it's a Dynasty question, then I would rather have Ayuk. But I mean, even Rashad White versus Ayuk in Dynasty is probably not that far off for me.
It's not, but at the same time, it's like I would rather Ayuk because Ayuk's averaging like 17.5 PPR.
Oh, he's been great this year, man. He's been unreal.
Yeah, so I would rather Ayuk. I would rank those assets Ayuk, Geno, and Rashad White. As much as I like Rashad White, man, like there's a legitimate chance that the Seahawks might extend Geno for like 30 plus, maybe even. Could you see Geno Smith getting a Derek Carr contract?
Yeah.
Derek Carr got 40.
I mean, Tannehill's contract would probably be the baseline that you're looking for.
I mean, Kirk Cousins got 35.
Kirk Cousins got 35, eh?
Yeah. Like I
think you gotta probably, if you're Geno's agent, you gotta hold up Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, and Ryan Tannehill's contracts and be like, these are the baseline. Like,
is he franchise eligible? Because if you're the Seahawks, like, don't you just want to give it one more year to see if you want to make that level of financial commitment?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of mean, but yeah.
I mean it is, but
the guy played so well this year. He deserves a long-term contract.
Oh, I agree, but I mean teams don't care what you deserve. Teams care what the value they can get out of you. Got a super chat here from Chris. Appreciate that. He says, full PPR pick 1, Burks, Patterson, or Knight. Give me Traylon Burks here personally.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
I'll take Patterson.
Oh, I'll take Burks over Patterson. Let's do that bet.
Patterson.
Why are we just doing the same players over and over again in
it's
different bets?
Same Zonovan Knight, Cordero Patterson, DeAndre Swift talk every single start.
I'd go with Elijah.
I'm surprised nobody's asked us about Jerry Jeudy yet.
Yeah, facts. I'll go Elijah over Sky.
Yeah, I will as well. Monty Pierce or Devontae Smith. I'm taking Damian Pierce this week.
Damian. Yeah, easily. Yeah. I was thinking that was Alec for a second.
Yeah.
No, Damian.
That's gross. Also, Brian Robinson. I will take
B-Rob
there.
B-Rob.
Nico or Slayton.
Nico.
Yeah, Nico as well.
Yep. Would y'all start Jamal Williams or Rashad White? I'd mix it, but they're not playing. I would go with Rashad. What? No. I'd go with Jamal. That's close, man.
Rashad White there.
That's close. I think I would go with Jamal. The matchup's too nice, and like if that was Swift, would you take Swift or Rashad?
I'd still take Rashad.
Fair. I'll take Jamal slightly there, but that's
I have Rashad. I think 3 spots higher than both the Lions running backs.
Not bad. Got a super chat here from Justin. Appreciate that. He says, I'm not sure who to play for wide receiver 1 and 2. PPR, Evans, CD, Pittman, Pickens, and Judy. RB2, Kamara, Pacheco. What about flex? So, I mean, CD Lamb is going to be your set it and forget it wide receiver 1 here. Your RB2 is going to be Alvin Kamara. And then are the other options, who's your flex and your wide receiver 2? I would go with Mike Evans and probably Michael Pittman. I don't really like it because I think the matchup's very tough. I don't think the Colts are going to put up much of a fight, especially without their starting right tackle. I think Matt Ryan might be under pressure every single goddamn passing play of that entire game, but you got to go with the volume there. I mean, if he's able to get the ball off, Michael Pittman's getting 8 to 10 level targets. I don't think the ceiling's too high, but realistically, what's the ceiling of Jerry Jeudy coming off an injury? The ceiling is high for George Pickens, but what's the floor there with his target totals? Like
I think
it's got to be Pittman.
I think you have an extra guy to flex here too. So to me, I would go CD Pittman as my wide receiver
and Evans,
Era as my running back, and then Evans as my flex.
Yeah, that's how I laid it out as well. Yeah. I appreciate the super chat there, Justin. Got another one from Julian here. He says Walker ETN with Aaron Donald out versus the Seahawks. I have ETN higher still.
I still have
I'd want to get both into your lineup though.
There's still a good run defense even without Donald.
Yeah, agreed. Let's spam these.
Yeah, Swift or Gallup. Take another drink. Give me Swift there, Brock. I know Danny's Gallup, but I'm taking Swift. And
I would slightly lean Swift, but I do like Gallup as a top 40 wide receiver this week.
Yeah. I would rather have Burks than Jameson Williams very easily.
I would take Jameson Williams over DPJ though.
Yeah, that's fair. If you don't need to start the guy, I'm cool with holding Jameson Williams over DPJ. Yep. But Burks, absolutely, if he's on the waiver wire, absolutely needs to be rostered.
Agreed. Got another super chat here from Bryce. Samaje over Pollard and Kirk, no Mixon. I would still go with Pollard and Kirk over Samaje.
Yeah, that's fair. Yep.
Appreciate that.
Start White or Swift, by the way, and cut some comments for me. So if you can scroll back to 12:05 p.m. and we can switch spots here, because when somebody was blocked, it hit so much shit for me.
So we actually got a super chat here that I'll let you read first quick. Full PPR, Keenan or Garrett Wilson for flex. I want upside. I have Keenan ranked higher, but if you're
they're both great upside picks, honestly, in full PPR.
Yeah. Fuck. I think I'm gonna go Keenan because of the matchup, but I mean, Garrett Wilson's my going nuts pick, but I
Garrett Wilson is the upside pick because of the two of them, he's the only one that can have an 80-yard touchdown. But I don't know, man. That's really, really close. I think I like Keenan a little better, but if you upside, I think Garrett Wilson might be your guy.
Where was the last comment you left off, by the way?
Farmer Spratt, 12:05 p.m. Start White or Swift, and then Josh Pablo.
Oh, you didn't miss out on any comments, bro.
Yeah, I did. It says 12:50 p.m. after Josh's comment.
Oh, right. Okay. Start White or Swift. I would go with Rashad White here. Josh Poplove, he says pick 2 PPR, Pierce, Kirk, or Olave. Oh my God. I'm going to go with the 2 wide receivers, but I do not want to sit Dameon Pierce as a top 15 running back.
I would start Pierce and Kirk. Oh, man. That's really close, though. That is really
very, very. Yeah. In a full PPR, it's tough to sit Olave, man.
Yeah. I'd say the safer projection is the 2 wide receivers given the PPR.
I would take them.
What has happened with Pierce lately where he's game scripted out.
White or Swift, we already answered that, but Rashad White, it was literally a comment, 2 comments above. Trevor or Gino, I have Trevor Lawrence rated higher there, Krana. Full Jeff Wilson or Josh Palmer at flex, I would go with Josh Palmer. And then Pierce or
Wilson?
Jeff Wilson, yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Oh, I'll take that bet right now. Josh Palmer. I'm assuming this full PPR, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that bet easily. Josh Palmer is averaging like 17 PPR points in the last 5 games.
Jeff Wilson's the starting running back for an elite offense.
Coming off an injury, though. Raheem Mostert back. Tough matchup.
Fair. Revenge game.
Start Pierce or the other flex option listed above. I would take Dameon Pierce over both of them.
Yep.
Lamar Fields. Give me Justin Fields there. Yes, sir.
I'm stunned.
PPR pick 2. Deontay, Darius Slayton, Zonovan. You're sitting Slayton. I'm assuming you agree.
Yep.
Mike White, Mariota, or Pickett. I think I'm actually going to go with Mike White here.
Mike White, 100%.
Yeah. I think him and Mariota are relatively close in my rankings.
I would actually put Pickett above Mariota, to be honest.
Pickett above Mariota?
Yeah, the Steelers' defense is way stronger than the fucking Falcons' defense.
I have White at 18, Mariota at 20, and Pickett at 21.
I have Mike White at 16, Mariota at 21, and Pickett at 20. So, yeah, I have it in that order.
We just have Mariota and Pickett switched.
Yeah.
2 Fields. Give me Fields there. I'm surprised you don't have Trevor there, Timmy.
Yeah, Timmy Lawrence.
fucking around. Start Jamal Williams or George Pickens. Give me Jamal there. I'm assuming you agree or you don't. I don't know.
Yes, I do agree.
Juju or Scary Terry. Give me Scary Terry there. Young Wei Koo.
Young Wei Koo. Yeah, give me Scary Terry, but I like Juju this week as well.
Nico or Drake. Man.
Nico. Nah, fuck. That sucks. I don't like that question.
If you have balls, if you have like cojones, I would go with Drake London. If you want to play it safe, I'd go Nico. That's how I'm going to attack that.
Yeah, probably the same.
Just wanted to say what's up, the fellas. Thanks for all the content. Appreciate you, Kyle. Good luck to everyone's teams and smash that like for the boys. Yeah, you're watching right now, 87 concurrent viewers. Listen to Kyle. Smash that like button. We are on the road to 20,000 subscribers as always. Appreciate you guys for that continued support. Back to the comments. Have to do that little plug. Also, P. Ryan versus Zonovan Knight. Give me P. Ryan there.
Not close.
Yeah, I agree. One running back, one flex. P. Ryan, Brian Robinson, Zay Jones, Josh Palmer. I would go with P. Ryan and Palmer.
I would also go with P. Ryan and Palmer.
Fields or Herbert? Give me Justin Fields. I believe I have higher. No, I have Herbert one spot higher. I have Herbert one spot higher. Yeah, I'd go with Herbert. I have Herbert at 5 and Fields at 6.
Yeah.
Pick one, Mike Evans, ETN, Rashad White, Isaiah Pacheco, or Zay Jones. I think we already answered this, was it ETN? I think he super chatted that. Half PPR, Fournette, AJ Dillon, or Sutton in the flex. I would go AJ.
AJ Dillon's where I'm going, dude. I think the Bears are going to get trounced by the run this week.
Yeah, I think I agree. I mean, hope
150 rushing yards coming for the Packers.
Hopefully, for my sake, you are right because I do have AJ Dillon in my RB2 slot. I have Pollard and Dillon as my RB2s.
I do too. Yeah, I have him in my RB2. I think what we're going to get in this game is like a 10 for 17, 200 yards passing Aaron Rodgers output because Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon just literally ran all over the Bears.
Side note, are you ready for the 49ers defense to smother the Dolphins? The Dolphins are without Teron Armstead and Austin Jackson. They're starting tackles.
I'm not glad I took the over in that game then. Maybe we'll get some defensive touchdowns or something.
Yeah. Are we all playing P. Ryan? Yeah, top 20 level play.
Absolutely.
Nico Collins or Drake London, we already answered that. We already answered this, I believe. P. Ryan over Zonovan Knight.
Christian fired in a super chat here.
Flex
that. Christian Watson or Chris Olave. A little
Christian
on rookie action here. Give me Chris Olave though. His starter chair is much safer.
Imagine Chris Olave's first name was Christian Olave, and then you have Christian asking whether you should start Christian Watson or Christian Olave.
I didn't realize his name was also Christian.
Yeah, I would go with Olave over Watson, but
he's got really like a sad Olave. Trevor Sikkema Abby also.
I respect it. I would go with Chris Olave, but I like both a lot.
Yeah.
Appreciate the super chat there, Christian. Conklin or Taysom a tight end? Give me Ty Conklin.
Yeah, Conklin revenge game.
There you go. I'm surprised nobody picked up Samaje Perine in our listener league.
Did nobody actually pick him up?
Nobody picked him up.
Oh, fuck me, dude. That would have been huge for me.
So you pick him up. You got 2 minutes.
Still available?
Yeah. Full PPR, Lazard, Thielen, or Murray. I would go with probably Alan Lazard here, Jacob. By the way, the only reason I said that is because
waiver wire.
Huh? Yeah, he's you can add him though. He's plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only dropped him because I needed a stream for the week. The only reason I didn't even add him back is because who was he going to start over for me?
Okay, here's the question though: do I sit CPAT or do I sit Rashad White?
CPAT. I wish there was an IR, by the way, in this league. It's kind of.
I know. I've had BS. Dallas Goedert sitting on my bench for the last while.
I have to start Jordan Akins this week in that league. You have where we left off, by the way. Let's spam these. Actually, I'll just roll down.
Dude, I don't know who. I literally have Rashad White and Patterson right back to back. Shit.
Don't go me. Anyone over Taysom? Hey, fellas, would you start Danny Dimes over Tom Brady today? He has a horrible record when he plays. I believe I still have Tom slightly higher, but I don't mind that play. I have Tom slightly higher, but I mean, if you want to go spicy, I have a big difference between them. I have Tom at 12 and Danny at 12 or 22, so I'd go with Tom.
Oh, fuck off, dude. Of course, the guy that I'm playing this week has P. Ryan.
Kamara or Najee, I would go with Alvin Kamara there, living the dream. Nico Collins or Drake London, we already answered that. Are we going to trust Mike Evans this week? I'm thinking about starting Mike. Yeah, I would go with Mike Evans there. Trade full PPR.
Pivot if you
yeah.
Lattimore though.
Full PPR with 2 PPR for running backs. ETN plus DJ Moore plus first over for DK and DK. Which side you got? Ozzo win now team. Thanks. I mean, ETN is basically the same as JT, I would say. I want the top side there because I think DJ Moore.
I'll take
24.
first DJ Moore and ETN probably.
Yeah, the ETN and DJ Moore side because the
Yeah.
2024 mid first.
2024 pick is like I would rather have the DK Metcalf or sorry DJ Moore in a first than DK Metcalf for sure.
Easily.
Yeah.
But either way, we are at 1 p.m. Hopefully, we got to about 12:16. It's tough. A lot of people in here, about 100 people in here each stream. So if you enjoyed, smash the like button. Sorry if we didn't get to your question.
I just know Jerry Jeudy is going to go off on my bench.
I traded him. So sorry if we didn't get to your question, by the way. If you guys have any questions entailing to the 4 p.m. or night slates in the upcoming 2 days, just DM us, Twitter, Patreon, Discord, you name it, wherever you can get access to us. Feel free to DM us. We'll help you guys out. If later applied games for your matchup decisions. But either way, appreciate you guys for sticking around the last minute or hour and 5 minutes. And good luck in your matchups. Take care.
Yes.